there are other things that we can streamline for you and your work. I'm not sure how many city councils have every special event that's held in the city presented to them in the thoroughness that we have present them to you. So what we're proposing, go ahead, Sarah, is this new cover sheet for special events where it's truly, yeah, you're gonna have to look on your own device, or this is basically the last page of our special events meeting sheet, where we meet with every single department and the event organizer, and every department head or representative of the department hears about the plan, understands the plan, approves, denies, works with the organizer to say, this is where the barricade should go. Yes, you need to close F Street between Sackett and the parking lots because of public safety, or you need to leave this open. And everybody signs it off with their comments, and in the top right box, you can see the things that would trigger further review, perhaps. Liquor licenses, amplified sound, violation of an existing city code, like our dog events in parks currently. So this is what we're proposing, is that we streamline the process for you. We bring you this and whatever it is you are required to approve liquor license. For the time being, we also have, liquor license, right of way, and the multi-day, so any kind of explanation for that. But as we adjust our code, make it so that maybe it is just liquor licenses that you guys are the authorizing body of and need to approve. We're gonna work with Nina on this and their team on what it is that most municipalities do. So we want you guys to know we're having a special event, and maybe you do or don't need to authorize the liquor license, but because we've been bringing every special event to you up to this point, I'm asking, do you want to continue to see every special event in this format? Know that everyone has signed off, including the county has a signature in here, administration has a signature line in here. The key triggers are up in that checkbox on the right. What else do you want? Would you want to know about a special event?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would want the information to be able to get out to the public. So whether that would be an article in the Salida Standard, because I think that this is a great place for people to pick that information up, but it's too tedious for most people to deal with. And so whatever is the norm, we've got the capacity to do whatever we need to do here. Mm-hmm. But it just doesn't seem necessary. But I do want the information to get out to the public.
To the public.
On what events are happening in the parks and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe there could be a PIO/sustainability line on there.
Okay.
For Sarah to sign off on. And I know that the Sustainability Council still has to decide on what would be signed off on, but I think getting it on there right away to let event organizers know that sustainability will be looked at. And they should try to be sustainable with their event.
Great,
Yeah.
great idea.
Good point.
I will say,
It's plastic.
So composting, because what we have right now is composting infrastructure.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I will say, like, having general information, I get asked, like, what's happening in the park, or what is this? And it is nice to just know basic details, not down to the letter, of course, as far as, like, graphs of how the park's going to be used necessarily. But, I mean, it is something that comes up, where it's like, what is this? And then
Okay.
I'm asked.
The Reader's Digest version, not War and Peace.
Yeah,
maybe in your
totally, that's
report.
fine.
Yeah.
Toward the end.
Do you feel like that would suffice as opposed to a consent agenda item, maybe? Like if it did.
Yeah, like a report, that is just something
Council report.
nice, yeah.
I still think for full transparency, the more people it goes through city-wise, it kind of helps it get out to the public a little bit better, I guess, maybe so. I don't mind it coming to us at the end for myself, I don't think.
I'd agree with that. I would prefer to be more fully informed, not War and Peace informed, but have this document just so that we know if there's anything out of the ordinary and what the event is.
Because we're just going to be a pain if we read the safety plan and it's non-existent.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what we experienced was that we were providing you with 20 to 30 pages worth of things that you felt you needed to review. And really, the safety plan's been thoroughly reviewed by our public safety officers. And so, did you really need to see it? Just trying to save some clutter.
I'd like to get rid of
Hi.
some of the clutter.
Wait, 1 second.
Mr. Mayor?
Oh, yeah, hold on 1 second, Suzanne. I think, are we done here? Did you have?
And we'll let Suzanne go.
Okay, go ahead.
I just had a question. So when you're putting this consent agenda in this consolidated version that everybody is liking, which I do too, I'm wondering how far in advance are we receiving the information ahead of the events? Do you know approximately that on most events?
That's a good question. Maggie?
At least a month or two.
So that was Maggie, who's doing the coordination now, said at least a month or two. Oh, pardon me. Sometimes, I mean, FIBARC, we're working on this now, you know, and have been working on it for a while. And sometimes the event coordinator, the Colorado Grand, all of a sudden like, oh, it's a secret and they're not coming to Salida, and all of a sudden they are coming to Salida, and we have to kind of scramble. And sometimes the Colorado Grand, because it doesn't technically need council approval, there aren't elements in there like liquor that need that, they don't even make it to council. And we're all kind of surprised by it. So I think our goal is to have it to the public and council a month beforehand.
In that sense, it sort of provides a barrier for staff too, so that you're not dealing with those surprise events. If there's a requirement that they have to come before us, then it provides, you know, a time limit.
I think, well, we have 3P coming up, tomorrow's agenda, so it's like a month and a half out. We have 3P special
Yep.
event.
And it's, it's coming to you guys, and they haven't been to a special event coordinator meeting because that's the way it was always done in Salida. They got a letter from somebody that said you can use the boat ramp. And do you need to know? You know, like, what I'm hearing is that, like, you kind of need to know that something's happening. Someone's going to ask, why were there people running with their kayaks up the boat ramp last weekend or whatever it is? So we can Reader's Digest it, but also provide a layer of protection from staff. I mean, sometimes we have event organizers confused on whether or not are you the authorizing, deciding body whether an event is going to happen? Or are you being informed of an event?
I feel like it's informed.
Yeah, I think informed.
You authorize the liquor license, is mainly what we can interpret in the code. So we can keep trying to keep the Reader's Digest information version. I'll come to you guys, maybe even in my report, I'll try to, I don't want to come back for a work session
Yeah.
to take more of your time, but I think I have direction.
And we can all provide feedback to him, or you can bring it to me about what you feel's working, what you feel needs to be revisited, and we'll go from there.
And I love this new form, which is more of a flow chart. Like, I'm gonna have multiple vendors. Okay, you get to fill out these pages too.
Yeah,
it's
instead of
all
trying
in
to
one
find the
place.
file from our citywide shared.
Put it all in one place. Fill out what you have to. Beautiful.
Everyone feel pretty good about this? Okay. Thank you. We'll see you all tomorrow night.
I would have a hard time deciding between